Favorable odds in Reno, Nevada Friday night. The Tigers finish non-conference play with a perfect record as they roll over Nevada. This week in Mizzou Football is next.
I thought we played well overall. I think Nevada played their best game of the year, and we got their best shot. And there's always things to improve on, but it was a good win. We're 4-0 non-conference. That was our goal in that portion of the season. And we got a chance to get a bit healthy and hopefully continue to improve as a football team.
Let's show you the victory now from Reno, Nevada. The Tigers on national television against the Wolfpack on a Friday night game. And Nevada with the ball against Coach Gary Pinkel's Tigers, who came out ready to play. And we're going to see, as you got your guys there directed toward the side of the field, the punt from Jay Carey. He's been very good for you, Coach, and then a turnover, and your guys take advantage.
That's right. When you're trying to find who your punt returner is, you say the most important thing he's got to do, whether he can run at all, he's got to be able to catch it. And that was just a great job by our, we call it our ranger team, or excuse me, our punt team, and to get us again field position. Now we got to come away with some points. So ideally, you want to get a touchdown. There's Jarrell Jackson, a young sophomore receiver that. Really has great potentials, and I think improving each and every week.
Blaine Gabbert immediately on this drive, throwing the ball, spreading it to his different receivers. Here's Jared Perry with a catch on the near sideline for 10 yards. Then, Coach, this is a 3rd and 8 coming up from the Nevada 18-yard line, and obviously a big conversion.
Yeah, huge conversion, and Denario does a nice job. He really lands on a guy, so he just with great effort keeps going, but very well executed. Good protection, I think, for the most part. Blaine had good protection the entire day. They really just did everything they could to stop the run, and that was their goal going in with the young quarterback. We're seeing that a little bit. A nice field goal. Grant Russell's just continuing to do an excellent job in that area.
Get 3 points, lead 3-0 through the first quarter of play. Nevada with the ball, and we recognize this quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, dangerous, 6'6", and can run and throw effectively.
Well, we needed to play better leverage defense, and that's that you don't let him outside, but we had trouble with him all day. And a lot of people do because he runs so well. Here's Jacquez Smith, a young sophomore defensive end, that's doing a lot of good things there and got a negative 2 yards.
Luke Lippincott missed last year's game with an injury. He's the running back, but he actually tosses it there to Chris Wellington, 19 yards for Nevada inside the 5.
Well, that's just being disciplined on defense. That's having somebody responsible for reverse every single play, and that player got washed up into it a little bit, and so then you get outside of the defense, and then you get big gains, and then we get the first and goal inside the 5, and so there were some fundamental breakdowns in that particular drive.
Nevada had taken the lead 7-3 late in the first quarter, but here come the Tigers. Jarrell Jackson around in actually tripped up himself.
Tackled himself right there. You got one solo for that, and should have really gained a lot more yards, but it was a very good play for us.
Blaine Gabbert really made things happen, Coach. He was in traffic sometimes under duress, but managed to get away and complete some passes, including this to Wes Kemp.
Well, what's good about it is he gets outside, that he puts us in a position to catch the football, but not the defense. And so we're really pleased with his progress. He'll get a lot better, but certainly there's a nice throw and good blocking up front for Denario Alexander. But we're certainly excited about how he's improving each and every week.
That was a 3rd and 2. This is a 2nd and 10 pass, I believe, coming up as Gabbert's completing these passes. That was Jared Perry, 1st and 10, I beg your pardon, and then Grant Russell with a 2nd field goal to make it 7-6. Russell just keeps making field goals. He's 10 for 10 after 3 more makes against Nevada.
Yeah, well, we made 3, and then the 4th one we did at the end to kind of ice the game, get it over with. But what's amazing is that he, you got to score more points down there. If those 3 field goals, 9. If they're 21 instead of 9, the game's an entirely different game. There's great job by Alden Smith, and not just Alden. That's the whole defensive line putting pressure, flushing them out. And when you flush him out and keep contained like he does right there, he can't get to the outside, and you get a big loss. Later on, you're going to see him get outside and make some plays because we're not disciplined enough. For example, almost right there, but Jerron got him. Yeah,
Alden Smith and Jerron Baston both come through with sacks. As Coach mentioned, that defensive line play from the Tigers really harassing Kaepernick there. And so Missouri back on offense, and it's Gabbert back to work. Denario Alexander, just a huge game as he had 9 catches, 170 yards.
Well, he's very capable. We all know that, and he's healthy, which is nice, and just nice to see him get better and better. And here's Brandon Giroux comes in, and a young player, sophomore, catches the ball real well, runs good routes, and excited he's a part of our offense there.
3rd and 7. This is at least the 3rd time I've mentioned this half where it's been a 3rd down conversion. Gabbert to Alexander, and Denario is free for the touchdown. Tigers up 12-7.
Well, he turned a play into, you know, a very positive play, and that's, you know, the quarterbacks do that, and you know, he gets outside of the pocket and just tries to find somebody open. And you know, sometimes you're going to do it, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you got to throw the football away. You know, later on he does that, and he throws the football away. But it's good because it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Sean Weatherspoon, Will Ebner there for the sack of Kaepernick, and at the end of the first half, Missouri had a 12-7 lead there.